Hello there everybody, this is Graham, the Collect 75, and welcome back to part 2 of my small red Zoids review. Right, so we are going to kick straight off with, I think I'm going to do this little fella. This is Hellcat. I believe he was one of the last actually Zoids to feature in the Zoids comic, along with Snake and Scarab. He was supposed to be like Croc's reinforcements from the Blue Moon or something like that. But he's a nifty little cat. I mean, this is a great little Zoid. I had one of these when I was a kid as well, funnily enough. I've got another one just over here. Unfortunately, he's missing one of the linkage parts, so unfortunately his leg will fall off. There you go, see, unfortunately. If I could find another one, I would. But unfortunately, I can't really find one. But then again, I've got this one. This one is complete as it will go. He's quite a nice little Zoid. He's got two little guns here. He's got this little, that's like missile pod. And he's got two little guns under there. And I just love the head. I love how they managed to get that sort of cat-looking head just with this little bit that covers up. So you just open that up. And there's a little Android pilot just sitting in there. Overall, a great looking little Zoid. And let's just wind him up, see if he'll walk along for us. Yeah, there he goes. A great little Zoid, that one. I did like that one. I didn't get any, when I was a kid, I didn't get any of the other sort of like the Croc's reinforcements, mainly just because I didn't really like the look of them. And so we're going to move on with those ones now. I think I'm going to do this one first. This is Scarab. This one unfortunately isn't complete. I do have another one that's complete, but I can't find it at the moment. He's like I suppose it's a stag beetle or something like that. Kind of like Bombshell out of Transformers. He's not bad. He looks a bit funny. He's got like 6 legs. He's got his 2 little guns here. These wings will open and close as he walks along, I believe. He's supposed to have a little bit just inside there, but unfortunately it's missing on this one. We've got a nice little Android pilot that just sits there. And we've got his little sort of like viewfinder, telescopic sight sort of thing that just sits there. There is a little position where we can have it just up here as well, but the official front is just there, and it does move up and down. I'm going to see if I can get this fella to walk along. It's not easy, he's a bit loose as well, unfortunately. And you see the wind-up motor is right at the bottom. Just down there. So we're now going to do that. There he goes. It's not the greatest one, unfortunately. Oh, there you go. See, no, that's about it. That's all he wants to do. Yeah, not the greatest one, and that's why I never got him when I was a kid. The other one is this fella. This is Snake. Now I've got the box for Snake. Here he is. As you can see, they did used to like using the letter Z on all these Zoids. But there he is, great little picture from there, and it says, stealthily, this cunning mutant slithers across the battlefield, ambushing and destroying his unsuspecting foes. And on the back we've got a picture of the new sort of Zoids. We've got Zillion there, Hellcat, and that's about it really. That's it for the box. He's quite a nice little long snake Zoid. I remember I got this guy when he was released back for like around the 2000s. He was a brown colour then, I believe. Yeah, and he's not bad. He's got little guns here. He's got a gun on his tail, and he's got these guns here. Now, when I got this guy, I thought it was broken because I thought when I wound the motor up, it just wound down really quick. But there's a reason for that. So when you do it, because it's got tension where it's on the ground, it goes a lot slower, and because it's got to drive all of this. Here he goes. I don't know. Here he goes. There you go. He does sort of like go along the ground. No, he doesn't want to go now. Let's try a little bit more. There we go. There you go. See, he moves at quite a speed. He moves quicker than my own, actually. But anyway, that's what he does. He sort of like slithers across. It's actually quite a good little Zoid, actually. But as a play value as a kid, I wasn't really interested in that one. Right, so we're going to move on to another one of my faves, actually. I never had this when I was a kid. This is Z-Ray, or if you're in America, it's Z-Ray. Because obviously you pronounce your Z's different than we do. Here's his box. It's quite a cool box, actually. Like I said, I never had none of these when I was a kid. With great speed, this vicious winged mutant red Zoid hunts his next victim on land and water. In the comics though, these are always flying, near enough always flying, because he's got like the little pods that keep him afloat, but they look like massive turbine engines, so you see him swooping along, and in the water, which was great. It's a great looking Zoid. I do really like it. I've got one in the box down there, and I've got these two. This one is missing just one missile. And these will, let me just push these back a tiny bit. I'm going to wind this fella up. Will he go? No, he doesn't really want to know, unfortunately. It's not a great, but you can see the you can see it all moving under there actually. There you go, it's got the old propeller. There you go. Well, that's pretty good. And of course the Android pilot is hidden in here. You pull this forward as best you can, because it is properly in there. It doesn't give you a lot of gripping onto it, and you can open that up. And there is his little Android pilot. Push that back, and it's just a great little Zoid. Right, who are we going to go on to next? These were a couple of sort of like, I can't remember. I always remember these guys. My brother got these too. I remember came home from school one day, and he had bought these fellas. This is Zaton and Zunder. That's Zunder. That's Zaton. Let me just start with Zunder first of all. He's like a, don't know what you want to call it, Brontosaurus, Diplodocus, who knows. It's quite a normal looking Zoid really. There you go, he's got his little Android pilot in there. He's got these two little things on the back that don't really do a lot. It doesn't actually do a lot, but he's got some concealed guns. You sort of like, he's got a little tab here and you just push that all the way forward and these little guns appear out of his midsection, like that. And that's it really, it doesn't really do a lot else. Let me wind him up, see if he'll walk along. No, he doesn't want to know. So I mean, sometimes these motors work, sometimes they bloody don't. There you go, he's sort of walking along, nice and slow, as you'd expect. In the comics, these were, I believe, two of Krark's first recruits to his crusade to unite all the Zoids in one army. I think the others were the Cosmozoid, I believe, can't remember from the blue Zoids. Yeah, this is Zaton then, and he's got his little Android pilot just under there. And of course he's got the same sort of feature, he's got hidden guns. You push this tab on the top, push that out, and out they pop from that mid, sort of like up just above his leg. Let me do that again. I do like the panel. There it is. That's fantastic, that one. Let me see if this guy works. I've only got one of this guy. Always keep meaning to get more, but I never seem to be bothered. Always other stuff I want to buy. There we go, see, he's pretty cool. Right, I'm going to pop him back over there. So that was Zaton and Zunder with Japanese release Zoids here. This is an original an original Japanese release Zoid. This is called Storch, and I think he's a bird type. I picked this guy up for about 15 quid or so off eBay. Was it a bit more expensive? I can't remember. But I've seen a few other of these ones, and they're not very expensive. I never actually made this Zoid up because I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest. He looks like a dragonfly, but I think he's just some sort of bird. It looks a little bit like a dragonfly because it looks like, but that's the back of his tail there. So he's a bird, really. We go on the back, and there's a different sort of type Zoid. There's like a blue Zoid with a, I don't know what you call it. Is it an AWACS radar sort of section there? Wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest, but I picked it up because I didn't have it. And he was never released in Europe, that one. The next guy we've got here, he's called Twin Horn. This was a Zoids Graphics re-release that I picked up from Forbidden Planet, and it cost me about £16 or so. Nothing super spectacular about this guy. We've got his little Android pilot just hiding there in the front of his head. He's got a couple of little guns. Nothing super spectacular. We're just going to wind him up and see if he'll walk along for us. There he goes. Yeah, they don't work too well. Like I say, nothing super spectacular about this guy. Again, this one not released in Europe. And you'll notice that the red on these is a lot brighter than the rest of these. I can't remember if it's the same on any of the other Japanese releases, but I know obviously I don't know because we never got any of the others. Anyway, this is a real find. This is another Zoids Graphics re-release. It cost me about 20 quid, but I wanted this fella because he looks fan-fucking-tastic. This is called Sea Panther. This is another Zoids Graphics re-release. Cost me about 20 quid, but I wanted this fella because he looks fan fucking tastic. This is called Sea Panther. This is called Sea Panther. This is another Zoids Graphics re-release. Cost me about 20 quid, but I wanted this fella because he looks fan fucking tastic. This is called Sea Panther. I've seen the original Japanese release on eBay, and the guy wants £200 for it. I was tempted. I was actually very tempted when I saw it, but then I saw this 20 quid, and I bought this. Exactly the same. Not really into paying a lot for these guys, even though they probably are worth it, if I'm honest with you. I like this guy because he's got this giant gun. He's got this sort of, like, I don't know what you want to call it, missile pod thing on the back here. There we can see his android pilot. He hides in there. Now then, I believe he does something. I can't remember what. That's it. You rotate this bit back, revealing a missile pod in the back there. And then that also allows you to open the guy. It's not a bad one, actually. I'm going to wind it up so it can drive along or walk along, whatever you want to call it. And there he goes. It's pretty good, as you can see. He's just running on a couple of wheels at the back there, and all the legs move and everything. Very good. I just wanted to show you a few other things, if he ever stops. There we go. Oh, he's doing a wheelie now. Oh yeah, Evil Knievel, be proud of him. We got these, with the Zoids graphics, they came with these big books. And it's damn good because it shows you, I'm not going to be able to see it too well, I'm going to show you it as best as it can. It has loads about Zoids, as all other Zoids that they came with. Actually no, this isn't the one I wanted to show. But here we are. As you can see, he's got loads of other Zoids and stuff like that. Loads of history. Unfortunately, it's all in Japanese. But it shows you sort of like different sort of animals that all the Zoids are based off and everything. That one's a bit boring. That was the one that came with Twin Horn, but this is Sea Panther. And as you can see, there's a little an artworky scene there of all Zoids coming out. It's kind of like, reminds me of the actual Zoidarian, what you could imagine would have been with the old Zoidarian Empire. But I know this is the actual Republican Empire Zoid storyline from Japan. But yeah, oh, look at that. You can see a couple of Zoidzillas there with the extra added guns. That is fantastic. Right, here we go. What else are we going to come along with here? Here we have more Zoids. You can see certain releases of them. Here is Zolcon, and we got a who is it? Oh, look at this fella up here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera. You can just about see him. This is an Ultrasaurus. This is his first blue Zoid release, and he comes with all those guns, those extra guns. Absolutely fantastic. This is a later release. As you can see, it's a more silvery colour, more like the Zoids 2 release. Whoa! And anyway, just a few other Zoids there. That was a great thing that did come with this book. And if you look on the back, we've got a few variations. I don't know whether they made these or not, but you can see there's the release that we get. But they've got a release up here with like a drills and a giant like gun tank thing. Oh, just on the top there. Brilliant. Right, so this is wrapping up part 2 of my small red Zoids review. Hope you liked it all. I'm probably going to try and do a few of the 2000s Zoids that I have. I've got a couple. I haven't got too many, because someone did ask me if I was going to review those. So I probably will review the ones I've got. I'm not quite sure when. I will probably do them though, because they're the only Zoids I've got left to review now. So I'll probably do them at some point. Anyway, this has been Graham, Collect 75, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.